In this video, I'm gonna give you 10 ideas for a gift for somebody who's into filmmaking or photography. Stay tuned. What is happening, everybody? It is your boy Sean Alami, and I hope whatever you are, you're having a wonderful day. As humans, we've always had the habit of giving each other presents. It's in our DNA, it goes way back. Researchers believe that even cavemen give presents to each other, like rocks with unique shapes or animal teeth, to strengthen their social connection and show their appreciation for one another. But I mean, we can't give presents like that to one another nowadays. If my mom opens up a present and there's some orangutan tooth in it, she probably won't be happy with me. And after all these years, we're still doing it. We're still giving each other presents, but why do we do it? Well, it is because it plays such an important role in our social life. And we give gifts for many reasons. Sometimes our culture requires it. For example, I am Persian, and us Persians, we celebrate the new year by the beginning of spring, which kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Which is called Nowruz. And for Nowruz, we give gifts to one another like Christian people do at Christmas. And at other times, giving gifts builds, reinforces our relationships with family members, like anniversaries, birthdays, or it doesn't even have to be a special occasion. All right, now that I'm done giving you a lecture on why you should be buying gifts, like you needed it anyways, I've put together a list to help you buy the right present for your family member, companion, friend who happens to be interested in the beautiful art of photography or filmmaking. And this list ranges from very affordable to a bit more expensive, or should I say, it ranges from I care about them, but I'm only nice to them as long as they're nice to me type of gift, all the way up to I love you, I want to spend the rest of my life with you type of gift. So without further ado, let's open the first gift. I'm not really good at opening presents, please excuse me if this is breaking your heart. This is an ND filter. Now, should I explain to you what it does? Since you're buying the gift, you might not be into photography or filmmaking. I don't want to waste your time, but I guarantee you, if you give them an ND filter, they will be happy if they need it or if they don't have one. All you have to do is find the right focal length for the lens they have. And the way you find that out is you have to look at the back of the lens cap of their lens. And at 95% of the times, you can find the number of the ND filter that is compatible with that lens. The lens that I'm using right now is a 16-35, and for that lens, you need an 82mm ND filter. Now, the affordable ND filters, they range from 20 euros to 50 to 60 euros, and that is the price that the one that I'm holding in my hand. And I think it will be an ideal gift to start with. All right, let's open this one. This thing right here is the smallest, strongest light that any photographer or filmmaker could have or ask for. And this is an essential in your camera bag. It holds a long battery life. It charges with USB-C. This light's been very handy to me in many productions when I'm outside, when I don't have any battery power and I just need some light to throw in there. This is a perfect option for that purpose. And sometimes when you're not even shooting, just use this light as a flashlight. I think it's pretty cool. So that was gift number 2. Let's get to number 3. I'm gonna try to open this one nicely. That was me opening it nice. This one is another light. It's a tube light. So this one, you can use it as just a normal light, and you can make it warmer. Put it here so you can see. You can make it warmer, or you can make it colder. You can also, it's an RGB tube light. I should have said that at the beginning, where it ranges from all the colors in the color spectrum. It just takes a little while. And you can change the brightness and the saturation. And also this light has some effects like lightning, ambulance, and stuff like that. I think this is a pretty cool light to have if you're a photographer or if you're a filmmaker, and it's not one of those super expensive RGB LED tubes. I will leave a link for you, of course, in the description for you to check it out. All right, now let's get to present number 4. This one I actually got myself recently, so I still haven't opened it, but this is DJI's new action cam, and they call this the GoPro Killer. So I got rid of all of my GoPros. And the reason I personally bought this camera, because I fly FPV drones, and this camera is gonna become really, really handy for me for my FPV quads. Right, so this is not how you open this, obviously. A little tiny camera in here. That's it. You can do all sorts of fun things with this camera. The cool things that it does, like this. And you can just pop that thing here and you got yourself a nice spy camera. Snap this thing pretty much to anything that has a magnet outside a car. This is a really nice compact action camera, and they are waterproof. They come in two different versions. This one only has a monitor on the back, but the other version also has a second monitor on the connecting device. Personally, I'm super excited to start using this camera. It's really easy to use, very compact. Of course, there will be links to all of these products in the description. The next present is also a camera, but also another unique and fun camera. This is called the Insta360 1X2. Now, this is the best consumer 360 camera in the market out there. This is what it looks like. You can do all sorts of fun things with this camera. For example, if you're a dog owner, I use this camera to film my dogs in perspectives that I was never able to do before. It's very small, it doesn't scare the dog away, and you can do all sorts of fun effects with it. This thing costs around 420 euros. As you can see, we are climbing the ladder to more expensive gifts. An iPhone 13. Now, why did I decide to put an iPhone in this list? It is because, I don't know if you've heard, but Apple took a huge step forward with upgrading the cameras of the iPhone 13 Pro. By introducing the cinematic mode and also adding ProRes capability, you can now get pretty decent looking footage out of these phones. I will put a link up here for you guys to check out some of the videos I created entirely shot on the iPhone 13 Pro. So this is definitely a good option if you want to make them happy. It's something that it won't just be a phone to them, but as somebody who's into photography or filmmaking, they can definitely snap this phone out and use it and take some decent footage or decent pictures with it. As I do, and this is something that I never did before, but with this phone, I feel comfortable pulling this phone out and taking pictures and videos with it. This one is definitely something that's very important and it's very essential, and we are slowly reaching that stage. You know, if you're either you got some unconditional love going for somebody or really want to impress them, this is the gift you want to give them. All right, this one right here will make him really, really happy if I can get this thing to open. Try to be nice about it. I try to be nice about it. My wife hates the way I open presents, by the way. She takes her time with it. Yes, right. Apple M1. People say the MacBook Pro 13 each M1. I say Apple M1s, like the BMW M3, M4. If the person you're trying to buy a gift for is into photography and filmmaking, they will love this gift if they don't have a laptop, or if they have one that is not performing so well. With this little thing, which costs around 1,300 euros, you can edit 4K footage, playback in real time, and of course you can do all sorts of things in photo editing softwares with just a tiny laptop like this. This gift right here is a special one to me, and I'll tell you why. Let me save you some time. Voila. Now this thing right here, you might not know what this is right now, but this is a gimbal. What it does, it helps you stabilize your footage. DJI has put out, in my opinion, and not only in my opinion, I believe every single filmmaker will agree with me when I tell you this. This is by far the best gimbal out there. Not that it's only super easy to balance, you can also put anywhere from a phone all the way up to a RED camera, 70 to 200 millimeter lens on it, and it will balance itself and it will give you this stabilized footage that you need. So if that person you dearly love is into filmmaking, find out if they have a stabilization system. If they don't, this baby right here, amazing gift. This thing is, for what it does, in my opinion, I believe it's not even that expensive. You can get this thing from the range of 700 euros to 850, depends on what you get. There's 2-3 different options, but this is definitely a beloved device that I hold to this day. And I think if you give this to anybody who's in this field, you will definitely make them happy. All right, let's get to the next one. Now, this one right here is the most expensive one out of them all. So this is that situation and scenario where I told you, if you really want to impress somebody and if you want, them to love you back as much as you love them, this is the gift you want to get them. Let's open this thing up. There you go. Now I'm showing you a Mavic 3. It doesn't have to be a Mavic 3. This thing costs around $3,000. Nobody bought this from me. I bought this from my profession. But nowadays, a drone is an essential tool to have for any photographer or filmmaker in their camera bag. And the DJI has been very good at putting out different ranges of drones that the price range starts from 500 to 600 euros all the way up to $5,000-$6,000. And that is for their consumer professional drones. They have more expensive drones, which we won't get into that topic. I'm gonna list all these different ranges and different prices you can get. You can get them. The Spark, the Air 2, which is everybody's favorite drone, which costs around 1,200 euros if I'm not mistaken, or of course the brand new Mavic 3. Alright guys, last but not least, the 10th present is not a physical one. I've put together a Lightroom preset. After more than a decade of editing photos, I've put together some presets that will make your photos look really nice in the touch of a button. This thing costs only $30, and this digital gift will be a great gift to give to a photographer. If you found this video useful, please hit that like button. In this channel, I'll talk about anything that has to do with filmmaking and photography. Now, I'm not gonna ask you to hit that subscribe button if that's not what you're into, but what you can do for me is to introduce my channel to somebody who does. Because in this channel, I'll try my best to create really exciting content that has to do with the topic of filmmaking and photography. Regardless, it was a pleasure to meet you. Wish you the best of luck. Until we see each other next time. Ciao.